A man's last letter before being killed on a forbidden island before he was killed by an isolated tribe on a remote Indian Ocean island. John Allen Chau, a young American on a self-propelled mission to spread Christianity, revealed two things: that he was willing to die, and that he was scared. "You guys might think I'm crazy and all this," he wrote in a last letter to his parents. "But I think it's worth it to declare Jesus to these people." Part letter, part journal, in 13 pages with many crossouts and messy scrawl, Mr. Chau laid out a disturbing account of his final days on North Sentinel Island in the Andaman Sea east of India. He tried to give gifts. A boy shot an arrow at him. He expressed fear, fatalism, frustration and some humor. The people Mr. Chau chose for his mission are among the most impenetrable communities in the world, known for their intense hostility to outsiders. They have killed or tried to kill many outsiders who attempted to step on their rugged island 700 miles off India's mainland, where they are one of the last undiluted hunter and gatherer societies. On Friday, Indian police officials shared Mr. Chau's last writing, part of which has been published by other news organizations over the past 2 days. North Sentinel Island is a far-flung territory of India, and for years the Indian authorities have declared it off-limits in an attempt to preserve its culture. The Indian Navy patrols the waters around it, making sure no one gets close. But that didn't stop Mr. Chau. Last week, he paid some fishermen to take him to the island. He set off from Port Blair, the Andaman chain's main port, under the cover of darkness. "The Milky Way was above and God himself was shielding us from the Coast Guard and Navy patrols," he wrote. Mr. Chau, 26, from Washington State, was an ambitious adventurer. He loved climbing mountains, camping in isolated places, hiking, canoeing, seeing the world. A graduate of Oral Roberts University, he was fixated on spreading Christianity to North Sentinel, telling friends he had been working for years to make the right contacts. It seems that he was working on his own and that no large organization had sent him. For this mission, he made sure to take his waterproof Bible. But the fishermen refused to land him on North Sentinel. The last fishermen who accidentally drifted ashore, in 2006, were killed. So Mr. Chau arranged for the boat to take him close and then jumped in a kayak and paddled in. His first moments didn't go so well. Two armed Sentinelese came rushing out yelling, he wrote in the letter. They had 2 arrows each, unstrung, until they got closer. "I hollered, 'My name is John, I love you and Jesus loves you.' He gave them some fish, but the islanders kept coming toward him. I turned and paddled like I never have in my life," he said. "I felt some fear but mainly was disappointed," he admitted. "They didn't accept me right away." Mr. Chau was trying to accomplish the impossible. The people on North Sentinel have not accepted anyone outside their society. Anthropologists, filmmakers and government officials have tried to approach them. Just about all have been driven back by bows and arrows. Some years ago, a few anthropologists managed to give the islanders some coconuts, but that was about the extent of the contact. The North Sentinel people have sealed themselves off from the modern world. They hunt turtles and pigs, wear loincloths and live in huts. Beyond that, very little is known. In the late 19th century, a British naval officer working in the Andamans was so intrigued that he basically kidnapped several islanders. Some soon died, and the officer later wrote that his experiment had failed. Anthropologists have struggled to decode their language and their history. The best guesses are that for centuries they have lived alone on their island, about the size of Manhattan, thick with forests and ringed by beautiful white sand beaches.